Have you ever noticed your vision isn't as sharp as it used to be? Maybe reading your favorite book or looking at your phone screen feels a little harder, especially as the light fades. Have you told yourself, this is just part of getting older? What if I told you it doesn't have to be that way? What if the slow decline in your eyesight is your body sending a message, a warning sign you can still do something about? In this video, you'll discover the surprising truth about why your eyes weaken after 50, not just because of age, but because they're missing key nutrients essential for keeping your vision strong and clear. We're going beyond the usual advice about carrots and glasses to reveal the critical vitamins that can protect your retina, reduce age-related damage, and even improve how you see the world. You'll meet real people like Doris, Tom, and Eleanor who faced common eye problems and found powerful solutions simply by adjusting their nutrition. Whether you're struggling with blurry vision, dry eyes, or those annoying floaters, this video gives you practical, science-backed steps to take control of your eye health. Stick around until the end, because you'll learn about the vitamins most people overlook, the ones that can make a real difference for your independence, confidence, and quality of life. If preserving your sight matters to you, this is the guide you don't want to miss. Let's dive in and start protecting your vision today. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Let me share a story that touched my heart. Doris was a gentle soul, a retired librarian aged 72, who had spent her entire life enveloped in the comforting embrace of books, old novels with dog-eared pages, soulful poetry, heartfelt biographies. Reading wasn't just a pastime for her, it was her sanctuary, her world. Yet, over the past year, Doris began to notice a creeping frustration. Each evening, when she settled down with a cherished book, the words seemed to slip away from her grasp. The letters blurred and danced on the page, refusing to stay clear and sharp like they used to. She tried everything, adjusting her reading lamp, changing her glasses prescription, even moving closer to the window during daylight hours, but nothing seemed to help. The fuzzy letters especially plagued her in dim light. At first, she quietly told herself, "It's just part of getting older. It's normal." But deep down, there was a gnawing worry she couldn't shake. Then came that routine doctor's visit, the kind we often overlook but that can hold life-changing answers. Her doctor looked at her with gentle concern and said, "Doris, your vitamin A levels are low." It might sound like a small detail to many, but for Doris, it was a revelation. Her eyes weren't failing because of age alone. They were starving for a vital nutrient they desperately needed to function. Why does this matter so much? Vitamin A plays a starring role in eye health, especially in the retina, which is the light-detecting part of the eye. Without enough vitamin A, your eyes struggle to adjust when the light fades. This leads to a condition known as night blindness, where vision blurs in the dark, indoors, or while driving at night. And if the deficiency lingers, it can cause irreversible damage. Now, here's where many people get it wrong. They think, "I eat carrots every day, so I'm covered." But carrots contain beta-carotene, which your body must convert into the active vitamin A your eyes need. After 50, that conversion process slows down dramatically. And for some, it hardly works at all. So, even if you're eating a mountain of carrots, your eyes might still be starving. What your aging eyes crave is retinol, the ready-to-use form of vitamin A found in eggs, full-fat dairy, and yes, organ meats like liver. And let's be honest, not everyone is excited about eating liver, right? If that's you, don't worry. There's a simple, effective alternative. A high-quality multivitamin or eye health supplement with preformed vitamin A, retinol, not beta-carotene, can make all the difference. No guessing, no hoping your body converts it properly. just straight-up nourishment. That small change transformed Doris's life. Within months, her nighttime vision brightened. Reading in the evening became a joy again, not a struggle. She didn't need new glasses, she needed the right nutrition. And the best part? You can start this change today. One small step for one powerful shift in how you see the world around you. But here's the thing, vitamin A is only the beginning. There's another nutrient quietly protecting your eyes every single day, even if you don't realize it yet. Let me tell you about Tom. Tom is 72, a retired mechanic whose hands still remember the feel of worn engine parts. Steady, skilled, calm under pressure. That's who he's always been. But recently, he started noticing something unsettling. Specks drifting across his vision, like dust on a windshield, distracting and frustrating. At first, he shrugged it off, just floaters, nothing to worry about. But as weeks passed, those specks became more frequent, and focusing on fine details became a real challenge. When he finally visited his eye doctor, the news was surprising. His eye tissues were thinning, not just because of age. The doctor asked about his diet, and it turned out Tom was missing a crucial antioxidant, vitamin C. When most people think of vitamin C, they immediately picture it as the trusty immune booster, the go-to defense against colds, or maybe just that refreshing glass of orange juice we all grew up with. But what's often overlooked, and honestly rarely talked about, is how vital vitamin C is for the health of your eyes. This isn't just a minor detail. It's something that could deeply impact the way you see the world every single day. Vitamin C plays a crucial role in strengthening the tiniest blood vessels in your eyes, the delicate capillaries that tirelessly deliver oxygen and nutrients, keeping your vision sharp and clear. What's even more remarkable is how it protects your eyes from oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress might sound like a complicated medical term, but it's just a sneaky form of damage that creeps in slowly over time, brought on by the natural aging process, pollution around us, and chronic inflammation that most of us don't even notice until it's too late. Think about it this way. Oxidative stress is like rust slowly forming on a beloved pair of glasses. At first, it's almost invisible, but bit by bit, it clouds your sight and eats away at the delicate structures inside your eyes. This damage leads to serious issues like cataracts, macular degeneration, and that annoying flood of floaters drifting across your vision. Vitamin C isn't just a nutrient. It's your eye's most powerful shield, fighting back the rust and preserving your precious sight. But here's the heartbreaking truth. Most of us simply don't get enough of it. And one of the biggest mistakes. Trusting fruit juice to do the job. Sure, it tastes good and feels healthy, but the reality is that the sugar loaded in those juices often wipes out the antioxidant benefits you desperately need. Instead of protecting your eyes, that sugar spike fuels inflammation, leaving your eyes more vulnerable to damage. It's a harsh irony. What seems like a healthful habit might be silently harming your vision. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So, what's the solution? It's time to turn to real, whole foods bursting with vitamin C. Red bell peppers, for example, are an absolute powerhouse, packed with more vitamin C than many fruits. Kiwis are another fantastic option. They're delicious, gentle on your blood sugar, and full of this essential nutrient. And if you find citrus fruits tough on your stomach, consider a buffered vitamin C supplement. It's easier to digest but still delivers potent protection for your eyes. Let me share a story about Tom. Like many, Tom used to rely heavily on orange juice every morning, thinking it was enough. But when he started consciously adding colorful veggies to his plate, cutting back on sugary juices, and taking a quality vitamin C supplement, things changed. Within just a few weeks, he noticed the floaters in his eyes became less intrusive, and his overall vision felt steadier. But more than that, Tom felt empowered. For the first time in a long time, he was actively protecting his eyes instead of helplessly watching his vision fade. And here's a key takeaway. While vitamin A supports your retina, Vitamin C is the fierce defender against the slow march of damage and aging. But the story doesn't end there. There's another vitamin, often overlooked, rarely celebrated, yet possibly the most powerful ally in your lifelong journey to protect your sight. And chances are, you might not be getting nearly enough of it. Take Margaret's story, for example. She's 68, just retired from a fulfilling career teaching elementary school, someone who cherishes knitting by her window, FaceTiming with her grandchildren, and curling up each morning with her tablet to catch up on the world. But gradually, Margaret began to notice subtle changes in her eyesight. It wasn't sudden or dramatic, just small signs at first, the tiniest print becoming harder to read, then struggling to recognize faces on video calls. She blamed the screens, the long hours indoors, the digital strain. But the truth was more complicated. During a recent checkup, her doctor ran some routine tests, and one result stood out starkly. Her vitamin D levels were alarmingly low. Margaret was stunned. "I walk outside every morning," she told her doctor, convinced that a little sunlight was enough. But what she didn't realize, and what so many people overlook, is that as we age, our skin becomes far less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. Even if you're outside regularly, your body might not convert enough UV rays into usable vitamin D anymore. For those living in colder climates or spending more time indoors after retirement, like Margaret, this decline can happen even faster, silently putting their health and vision at risk. Why does vitamin D matter so deeply for your eyes? Because it is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory warriors your body naturally holds. I truly believe understanding this can change the way you care for your vision, especially as we grow older. Vitamin D plays a critical, often underappreciated role in calming inflammation in the retina, the delicate, light-sensitive layer at the back of your eye, and protecting you from macular degeneration. This condition is heartbreaking and one of the leading causes of blindness in adults over 50. When your vitamin D levels drop, those fragile structures in your eyes become more vulnerable to damage. That's when you might start noticing blurry vision, strange distortions, or even, in the worst cases, permanent vision loss sneaking in without much warning. It's scary to think about, but knowledge is power. The truly encouraging part? Restoring your vitamin D levels is simpler than most people realize, once you know what to look for. The first step is to have a conversation with your doctor or healthcare provider. Ask for a straightforward blood test to check your vitamin D levels. It's quick, painless, and could uncover a crucial piece of the puzzle behind those nagging vision problems you've been experiencing. Then, consider adding a vitamin D3 supplement to your daily routine. This form is especially effective for older adults. And if you live somewhere with long winters or limited sunlight, it becomes even more important to keep those levels up. I want to share a story that truly touched me, about Margaret. She was hesitant at first, but decided to try this simple change. Starting with a low dose and carefully monitoring her levels, she noticed a remarkable difference after just a few months. Her vision wasn't perfect overnight, but it became noticeably clearer. Her eyes felt less tired at the end of the day, her focus sharpened, and the frustration she had carried began to lift. It wasn't magic, it was biology responding to the care she gave her body. That hope is something we all deserve. So far, we've covered 3 critical vitamins for protecting your eyesight after 50. Vitamin A, essential for night vision and retinal health. Vitamin C, which fights damaging free radicals and slows aging. And vitamin E, the silent protector reducing inflammation and shielding your eyes from within. But what if your vision is already blurry? What if you're wearing glasses, yet things still feel off? Is there hope for improvement, not just prevention? That's where another vitamin comes in. One that doesn't get nearly enough attention but might just be the key to sharpening your vision starting today. Let me introduce you to Sam. He's 75 years old, a former construction supervisor, someone with strong, steady hands and a practical mindset. He's never been one to complain, but lately, his eyes have been bothering him. They felt dry and gritty, as if there was dust trapped inside, no matter how much he blinked or rinsed them out. His vision would blur unpredictably, like his glasses had stopped doing their job. Sam thought it was just aging. Eyes wear out, that's life, he told himself. During a routine eye exam, however, his ophthalmologist asked a simple but profound question. "Sam, are you getting enough vitamin E?" Sam hadn't thought about it. Few people do. But what he learned next was a game changer. Vitamin E isn't just some trendy immune booster or anti-aging fad. It plays a critical, often overlooked role in eye health, especially for older adults. Vitamin E acts like armor for your eyes. It's a powerful antioxidant that protects the cells inside your eyes from damage caused by harsh light, pollution, and the natural wear and tear of aging. It slows down the breakdown, shields delicate tissues, and helps prevent oxidative stress from turning into lasting harm. But there's more. Vitamin E also supports the production of your tears, the actual tears that keep your eyes moist and comfortable. When tear production drops, dryness and irritation creep in, along with that cloudy, blurry feeling so many seniors quietly suffer through. This was exactly what Sam was experiencing, a classic case of dry eye syndrome. His eye cells were drying out, and his vision was paying the price. Stories like Sam's remind me just how vital it is to pay attention to these nutrients. Our eyes deserve that care and attention because they carry the windows to our memories, our loved ones, and the beauty of the world around us. It's never too late to give them the support they need. But here's the real truth that so many people don't realize. Most of us simply aren't getting enough vitamin E through our everyday diets. Why is that? Well, it's because the foods naturally packed with this essential nutrient, like crunchy almonds, nutty sunflower seeds, and creamy avocados, aren't always a regular part of everyone's meals. For some, these might be treats or occasional snacks, not daily staples. Even more, the cooking oils that many rely on for their meals are often highly processed and refined. By the time they reach your plate, those oils have lost much of their natural goodness, including vitamin E. It's heartbreaking because vitamin E deficiency quietly creeps in, unnoticed by most, becoming one of the most common but silent nutritional gaps in our lives. And yet, fixing it is surprisingly simple, almost within arm's reach. Take Sam, for example. I think about him often. He was struggling with dryness in his eyes that made even the simplest moments uncomfortable, reading a book, watching TV, or just looking out the window. But then, something small changed his days. Sam began eating just a small handful of almonds every morning, no more than 10 or 15 nuts. He sprinkled a spoonful of sunflower seeds into his yogurt, making the effort to nourish his body gently but consistently. On his doctor's advice, he also started taking a mixed tocopherol supplement, a special form of vitamin E that is better absorbed by the body and offers a broad spectrum of benefits beyond just one type. Within weeks, the harsh dryness that had plagued his eyes softened. His vision didn't suddenly become perfect, but it cleared up enough to bring comfort and reliability back into his life. And that irritating, gritty sensation, the one that had been a nagging companion, it vanished like a distant memory. So, if you've noticed your eyes feeling dry, or your vision getting cloudy without any obvious cause, if reading your favorite book, staring at your computer screen, or even admiring the view outside your window has become more difficult, please don't just chalk it up to getting older. Your eyes might be softly crying out for vitamin E, asking for a little help to feel better again. But now, let's move to the nutrient you've probably been waiting for, the one that's earned the loving title of the vision vitamin, the very one that brings hope and brightness to so many. This powerful nutrient is found in vibrant leafy greens and rich yellow vegetables, and it plays a truly incredible role in protecting your sight and securing a clearer future. Let me tell you about Eleanor. She's 75 years old, a woman whose hands have spent decades crafting beauty, knitting scarves to warm loved ones, delicate baby blankets, and intricate lace doilies that seemed as fragile and perfect as freshly fallen snowflakes. But not long ago, Eleanor's world started to shift. The stitches no longer lined up neatly. The patterns that once danced vividly before her eyes became blurry and frustratingly fuzzy. I remember her telling her daughter with a heavy heart, "I think it's time I give it up. I just can't see well enough anymore." But thankfully, Eleanor's optometrist saw things differently. He didn't immediately recommend a new pair of glasses or push for surgery. Instead, he introduced her to two lesser-known but mighty nutrients, lutein and zeaxanthin. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, I know you might be wondering, what exactly are those? They may not be household names like vitamin C or D, but when it comes to vision, they are stars. Here's why. Deep inside your eye, there's a tiny but incredibly important area called the macula. It sits right in the center of your retina, acting like the sharp focus of a camera lens, responsible for all the detailed vision you need to read a book, sew a beautiful scarf, or recognize the smile of someone you love dearly. As we grow older, the macula becomes more vulnerable to damage from blue light, oxidative stress, and harmful free radicals. This is exactly where lutein and zeaxanthin step in as your eye's natural bodyguards. These nutrients accumulate in the macula itself. Think of them as built-in sunglasses that protect your eyes. They filter out damaging blue light, reduce harsh glare, and help keep your central vision sharp, steady, and strong. For Eleanor, her doctor recommended a supplement that combined at least 10 milligrams of lutein with 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin. She faithfully took it every day. And 6 months later, she was back at her needles, knitting with joy as the patterns became clear again and the fuzziness melted away. Her world brightened once more, and with it, her spirit. Now, this is exactly where so many people stumble without even realizing it. They look at their multivitamin bottle, feeling reassured that they're doing enough for their health, only to discover that it's often missing the very nutrients that matter most for their eyes, lutein and zeaxanthin. Most regular multivitamins either don't contain these powerful antioxidants at all, or if they do, it's in such tiny amounts that they barely make a difference. Sure, you've probably heard that you can get lutein and zeaxanthin from leafy greens like kale and spinach, and eating those foods is a good start. But here's the heartbreaking reality. As we grow older, our bodies simply don't absorb nutrients as efficiently as they once did. That means even if you're eating all the right foods, your eyes might still be starving for the nutrients they desperately need to stay healthy. That's why I truly believe, and I've seen this in my own family and patients, that a vision-specific supplement is a crucial ally once you hit 60 or beyond. It takes the guesswork off your plate and ensures your eyes are getting the nourishment they need, not just a random handful of vitamins. It's about giving your eyes a real fighting chance to hold on to their sharpness and clarity, and honestly, that feels like giving yourself a gift of freedom and joy every day. Here's a simple but important tip from me to you. The next time you're standing in that vitamin aisle, don't just grab the prettiest bottle. Flip it over and read the label carefully. Look for a supplement that contains at least 10 milligrams of lutein and 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin. Bonus points if it also includes vitamins A, C, E, and zinc, because these work together like a dream team to support your eye health fully. And remember, these nutrients don't work overnight. They build up slowly over time, so the earlier you start, the more you're protecting the windows to your world. Let me share a story that touched me, Eleanor's story. She didn't just save her eyesight with the right support. She reclaimed a precious piece of her identity that she thought was slipping away forever. Watching her regain the ability to read her favorite books, recognize faces clearly, and feel independent again was nothing short of inspiring. It reminded me that protecting your vision after 50 isn't about trying to stop time or chasing youth. It's about holding on to the life you cherish, the moments that bring you happiness, the independence you treasure, and the connections that fill your heart. So, what does all this mean for you or for someone you care deeply about? Let's take a moment and think about the true impact of losing your sight. It's not simply about needing stronger glasses or straining to read in dim light. It's far deeper than that. Losing vision means losing the freedom to drive yourself to the grocery store, to sew a button back onto your favorite sweater, or to see the radiant smile of your grandchild without squinting. It's missing out on the pleasure of your favorite book, the excitement of your favorite TV show, or the twinkle of love in your partner's eyes. Losing sight can feel like losing a part of your very self. That's why this conversation is so vital. Because when your eyesight begins to fade, it's not just your eyes that suffer. It's your confidence, your independence, and your connection to the world around you. But here's the hopeful truth I want you to hold on to. You don't have to accept this as inevitable. You don't have to resign yourself with a helpless shrug, saying, "Well, it's just old age." There are simple, steady steps you can take. No complicated treatments, no scary surgeries. Just good, honest nutrition. The kind your eyes have been quietly longing for all along. And that, my friend, is a powerful place to start. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen and learn about the importance of protecting your vision as we age. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned today that stood out? What is one small change or new habit you feel inspired to bring into your daily life to support your eye health? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might just encourage someone else to take action, too. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, we can take better care of ourselves and the people we love. See you in the next video.